Hey guys, back with another video. We're gonna do some abstract pieces. So this I was just kind of working on for my little suitcase. If you guys saw like the last video, I think it was, I showed you guys this suitcase that I'm using for like little art pieces that I'm making on here. So I'm just trying to come up with some like random ideas for like an actual piece to paint, and like I love Art Deco. Anything Art Deco style is like my favorite. So just trying to come up with some little ideas for like making an actual sign for the suitcase. So I was just doodling that, waiting for my last video to upload since they take a lifetime. So that's just another project to add to the list of many. I'm sure you guys can relate to that. Ugh, let me set that down right there. Okay, so as you guys know, in some of the previous videos as well, I like to use photo albums, like really old ones, vintage, antique, for some of my little abstracts that I'm making. So people, like when I go to events, people can kind of just like thumb through the book, and if I can turn the page. So if they see any that they want, we can just like take them out. But I figured this was like a safe way and a fun way to store them, but also like show them in my voice, my style. So I don't know how much of this you can see in the camera here. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about some of the washi tape. I also have this little box of fun washi tapes that I'm gonna use to kind of repair some of the tears in here, so that when I put pieces in, like this one, I can just repair it with some washi tape, and this one matched like perfectly. So I'm gonna tear this one off, if I can get the edge to uncrinkle. There we go. Just to see. I feel like this will give it some character too. So I'll have to go through all the pages and fix those. There we go. So just to show you what I'll be working on with that too. Let me set this one over here. Oh, there's tape there. Don't want to ruin the back of the book. Okay. All right, so for this one, I'm going to be using card number 321 from box 2. And I already taped down some of my pages, which are 3.5 by 5.5. I trimmed these down 1/2 inch both ways with my paper cutter, just because that's what measured in the album, the bigger album. So I'm gonna just kind of make 4 cohesive pieces for 1 page. And this might be something I do for the whole book, so that way I have like a whole thing done, so people can get like a set of 4 if they want like a little mini collection. So I'll work in sets of 4 for this album till that one's full. And I tape these down so that way they'll have like a border on each one. And for the different materials I wanted to use for this piece, or these pieces, like a little mini collection, I think I'm going to be using some of the Holbein gouache, which I haven't used yet. I'm so excited. And I figured this matched that color. I found this gray. I was actually looking for a, what was the color? Was it Payne's gray? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I couldn't find the color I was looking for, so I might just water this one down quite a bit for that particular gray. And that's a golden acrylic. And then I have this quinacridone rose light Amsterdam ink, which I figured would go for the pink. And then I might use some of these particular watercolors, the Da Vinci, and it's Denise's Earth Friendly Da Vinci palette. And you guys know I'm obsessed with the Da Vinci palette. So for this one, I figured I could probably use maybe like the alizarin crimson, or possibly the red rose deep. Actually, that one looks perfect. And then I could also come in and use this violet iron oxide as well. So that one worked perfectly to cover a couple more of the colors. So I also was thinking for this kind of coffee looking color, I could use maybe even some Prisma color not watercolor pencils, I'm sorry, just regular colored pencils. And maybe just find one that matched this for maybe some mark making. What else? And the other thing I'll have to pull out here in just a minute because it's underneath, but it is my Sienna, I believe. No, what is it? Sennelier? I can't even say it. I'll look at it here in a minute, but some of my oil pastels. I figured that'd be fun because my husband got me those for Christmas, which was a super expensive gift, you guys, and I want to get some good use out of them, which I haven't done a whole lot of. I've done a few pieces with them, but not enough to, you know, show that I love them. And I do love them because they're creamy and they're buttery and they just move super smooth across the pages. No. Okay, I'll pull it to the next one. I love this one because it's like super deep. It has 3 different levels on this one. Ooh, there might be one in here, maybe. This one. So Prismacolor Tuscan Red. So it's PC 937. I think that'll work fabulous. So we might use that one. I'll probably put this one on the top so that way when I go to put it away, it'll make it easier. And these colored pencils are amazing. They are so pigmented. I love using these. Okay, so that's what I will use for that. I feel like something's crawling on my leg. Freaking me out a little bit. Okay, what do I need? I got my water. I got my handy dandy brushes ready to go. And then I'm going to be using this vintage platter today for the gouache and for some of my acrylic and maybe the ink, just because I love it. Plus it's white and, you know, it makes it easier to see the colors and what level they're at. So it's kind of what we're going to be working with today. I guess I should pull out what colors I want to use for the oil pastels as well. So I'll set that off to the side. Let me see if I can get this box out, which is like massive. Ugh. Sennelier. Am I even saying that correctly? I don't even know. Can you guys see that? No, you totally can't. That. That brand. So let me open this up really quick. Let me figure out what colors. Okay, I don't know if I can open this. There we go. And make sure there's nothing. Oop, sorry about that, guys. And it's falling toward me. There we go. Give me just a second while I figure out the colors I'd like to pull for this. So we got like a yellow ochre color. Might use number 26 possibly. Actually looks like the best match for this. So we'll use number 26. And let's find a pink, like a pastel pink that might go best with this. If I have one. This one is pretty. It's a little lighter than I'd like, but none of these other ones are fairly close. So I guess we'll use those two. And then maybe a red. Let's find a red that might work. Kind of like this one. That is really pretty. I think that would work really well. So this one's a number 29. The yellow ochre looking one is 26. And the pastel pink is number 230. So we are going to use those. And then I'll get this back underneath. Oh, there goes my camera again. This box is ginormous, so bear with me. I'll close that and get it back under the board that I'm using to hold everything up. Okay, so let me kind of set this card off to the side so I can kind of see. Make sure this is all in frame still for the most part. Sorry about that, guys. I totally bumped it and it just went all over the place. Okay, so I guess we can get started here and just see what we can come up with. Might start with some of the ink first. Make sure it's still recording. forgot to delete my last video, so I'm not quite sure how that's gonna work. So I'll just put a few drops of this in there. Can you see that? Not really. Bummer. Okay, so I'm gonna start from light to dark if I remember to do so, and figure out what brush I want to use. I think I'm gonna use the round 10 brush. Get some water on there. You know, I might actually wet some of the paper down too. I haven't done that in a while. And just kind of see where the water goes, see what happens. Kind of work quickly since I forget to do that sometimes. Ooh, that pink is pretty. I like that. Pull up some more. All right, and kind of work on the lower one here. And this is gonna be fun because they're gonna be cohesive. They're all gonna kind of flow together. Ooh, that one was really dark. Okay. I kind of like how that one looks. I don't know. Let's give it some dots. Let's do that. Dot, 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 dot. Kind of give some dots on this side. Because again, I want them to be cohesive. So that they kind of look the same, but not totally the same. There we go. Kind of darken that one up. Okay, I'm gonna rinse that out real quick. Okay, and then for the next color, I might pull out the Holbein gouache, the Scarlet. This color is beautiful. I have a feeling I'm gonna be using this one quite a bit. But I won't put out too much. I've really been wanting to try the gouache. I haven't had a chance to do it, so this is my first time using these. Ooh, look how that just like bled into it. I might add some water. There we go. Spread some out there. We'll add some right here. Ooh, I'm liking that. This Scarlet is beautiful. Okay, let's spray that one. Give it some more marks. I didn't really put any dots of the red on that one. So let's try. I like that. That's pretty. Maybe a solid line right here. And a solid line right there. And how about right here? That's different. Okay. Do I have dots on this one? I do not. Let's pick up some more of that. Oh my gosh, I can tell a little bit goes a long way with this, with the gouache. So maybe going forward, I'll use this in... Wow, that's really pigmented, you guys. I really like that Holbein. It's almost like watercolor, but like, but not. Okay, I like that. Let's make some little lines right here. I gotta remember to like force myself to kind of paint over some of the other colors and not be so scared to do that. But I think it's most of the time because I'm scared the color or what I like in the piece is gonna like go away. Like you won't be able to get that back or see it again. Okay, let's see, what color should I use next? Oh, it looks so pretty together. I Okay, so I really liked those two. That was fun. Let's see, I also have the gray, maybe some of this watercolor, maybe use some of the Da Vinci watercolor for, what was it, that Red Rose Deep? Wait, did I already? I have a pink, but this one's like a much deeper when it's kind of really feed that into it here. Oh, that's pretty. Really darkened it up. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. Get some more water. I like to outline things. I think I said that in the last one. I don't know why. Not quite sure why, but it's something I enjoy doing. Let's just kind of mix it all up in here. Maybe do some lines with it. Some water. Maybe do a line right here. Didn't really necessarily get a bunch of dark on this one. There we go. That's pretty. And then maybe add some little dots right here. Some dots there. Some dots here. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, that looks good. I think that pink kind of went away on this one. That's okay. Some of this is still wet enough to do that. All right, it's looking pretty cool. Okay, so I used two of the watercolors or colors from here. I might take a step back from that. Was I using the Indian red? No, I haven't even touched the Indian red yet. Well, that's gonna be super dark. Let's add some of the gray. Well, actually, yeah, let's add some of the gray in first and kind of see what happens with that. I'll put a small amount in there. I don't want too much. And water that down, like I said I was gonna do. Kind of play around with the gray. It's getting mixed up with all the other colors here. Maybe kind of turning a pink color. Let's see. Try not to mix it back up into there. Pull some more. Yeah, it's definitely a lot darker of a gray than I would have hoped to use. Let's just make some marks with it too. That sounds like a wonderful plan. Well, I got some on there. Okay, I'm gonna grab some more of the gray. Get some more in here. Kind of do some little fake writing with it, I guess. Kind of see how it goes. Maybe use it on the other side right here. Okay, I'm liking how that looks. Oh, it's cute. And again, it's kind of blending with some of the other colors. One little line, a little line, a little line, and another line. How's that look? It's kind of weird because it's like dead in the center. Maybe I should, there we go. Give it a little bit of different shape. Shouldn't have put that right in the dead center, but that's okay. All right, maybe I want to do some, I might have to let that dry for a minute before I do the oil pastels and the pencil. And I don't think I plugged in my heater thingy. So let me pull that out and plug that in. Ooh, if I can reach it. Okay, let's see here. There's still quite a bit of white, but I can probably cover that with some of these pastels. There we go. So it might be loud for a minute, guys. You might have to fast forward it here while I kind of dry these. Quite a bit of moisture. Maybe take off some of that on the edge. And I don't usually edit my videos, so I won't really have a chance to fast forward this, so my apologies. These are gonna be super cool though. I'm hoping. Yeah, that scarlet color though, with the gouache is beautiful. So beautiful. These are drying pretty fast. I'm happy about that. Almost done. As long as it's fairly dry to the touch, I should be okay to get the other stuff on there. Alright, there we go. That's gonna be hot, so I gotta make sure it doesn't touch anything. Wow, look at that scarlet just pop. Oof, that looks good. Okay, so maybe we should do some pinks in here. Yeah, kind of want to do some pink circles. Maybe right here. Looks really good with that scarlet. Kind of lets it come forward. I'll do some circles over here. And we'll do one here. There. So that way it kind of breaks it up a little bit. Take this yellow ochre color, maybe outline those. Where did I do it over here? I can't even see it. There we go. Oh, these are so smooth, you guys. So smooth. If you do not have these, you need to get them because I like this a lot. Let's see. Let's kind of make some just maybe some dots within the gray. It's pretty. Doesn't really show up right there. And then how about on these ones? And how about right here? Got quite a bit. Ooh, I smushed the tip of that one. Holy moly. Ouch. Maybe I can do a little bit more mark making with, actually I should probably use some of this pencil before I get too deep and far with the pastels. Let's see. How about that? It's kind of freeing. I like that too. And then how about we bring kind of ground this one. Some random marks. That's fun. And there we go. Some different little doodles here. And then what else do I want to do? I think I wanted to put some more yellow ochre in here. Kind of outline some things because I just like to. It's just one of the things I enjoy doing is outlining and already seeing what's already there to play with. Just kind of gives it that cohesive look, but also the naive look. Let's see. There we go. Quite a bit more on this one than I did the other one. There we go. Oh, this one looks like a flower right here, like the leaves and the stem. Oh my gosh, it's cute. It does look like flowers. That's fun. Alright, let's outline this. I like it. Does this need anything else? Right there. It's kind of hard to see the yellow ochre, I'm not gonna lie. It's not as strong as I was hoping it would be. Maybe I could do, I don't have any more colors in this, so I wonder if we can just kind of fill in some of the white areas with this pink. Just to kind of feel more, make it feel more completed or finished. I really like that pink underneath, that like white peeking through. Can't get the corner. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Get some more on that one. there. I'm really starting to feel like this is close to being done. What do you guys think? Does it look cohesive? Ooh, almost forgot this section right here. I almost feel like I should add some darker dots or lines or something. I didn't grab a black. Oh, maybe I could use a pen. Let me grab my pen real quick. And just do some more dots. And some right here. Where do I want to put these ones? Probably right here. Maybe just do some more outlining. So it gives us some different areas of interest on each one too, because black really pops. What do you guys think of that? How about some X's? This one I like. I like this one a lot. What do you think? I think those are fun. All right, I think I am done with these. Like, I really don't want to add anything else because I feel like I did enough. Sometimes it's hard to know when to stop or when you're done with pieces, and yeah, I think I'm good. So should we take the tape off and see what they look like? This is like my favorite part, taking off the tape. I have to say that gouache was freaking amazing. And I cannot wait to use those again. I've heard nothing but amazing things about Holbein and their gouache, so I've been waiting months to try those. Should not have taken so long. Oh, look at that, you guys. Oh no, don't tear into my other piece. How dare you? We are not friends anymore. Not after that little shenanigan. I'm gonna have to wet that down and glue it. Whoops, sorry guys. Oh wait, it doesn't come up again. I don't know. Now the color's bleeding into it. Go me. That's okay. Okay, there's that one. Cool. I can't wait to see these in different directions too, because they inevitably look totally different when you turn them. All right. Let's see. That is fun. I love those colors. And I feel like I could have put even more contrast in there. Maybe if I added, I don't know, like a Payne's gray. I'm telling you, the Payne's gray would have been perfect, but that's okay. Maybe even like a darker pink. If I had a darker pink in the pastel, that would have made it like more contrast too. But that's okay. This is all about studying, learning, practicing, playing, just to see what we come up with. And then what I do too after I'm done with these is I stamp them, and I think today's the 13th. I'm not quite sure. Yep, it's the 13th. Okay, so let me make sure it's the right way. So on the back side, I'll stamp this with the date, and then I'll sign them. but I have to varnish or go spray these first, so that way it protects them. So if anything gets on it, it won't ruin what's on there, because the pastels will smudge too. So definitely good to put a fixative on it. I'm going to mark it with a date, and I'm going to sign it with my pen on the back, and then add it to my cute little pile of, you know, little art, little grab pieces from, or for my art shows. So hopefully this was fun. If you guys did it alongside me today, make sure you tag me on Instagram. I want to see the beautiful pieces you came up with, and I will see you guys in the next one.